Come back, the show is still Sportsville, and we have live with us at this time former AIPS President Michel Obi, the master himself. The master, a pleasure to have you join us on the show.
Never really late to toast to our independence, 64 years after. We are now still looking like newborn babies. Perhaps that's what some of us have thought we are, still in our nappies. But 64 years is quite an age for a country. And I can say happy or belated happy independence to your team. And indeed, all of you who have continued to do what I call a labor of love.
Yes, a quick one. 2 years for Ibrahim Gusau as president of the Nigeria Football Federation. What will you make of his first 24 months as the gaffer of Nigerian football, especially at that level?
You know, as we say sometimes, the second half is the most critical half in a game. Even the second leg is the one that decides whether even on aggregate or on a knockout level, you find that the second half is the one that tells the true story. The first half perhaps is like sizing up, knowing your opponents, perhaps taking the kind of lead that may make you comfortable in the second half. But critically, the second half is where you can really do a thorough assessment. For now, we can only say that the honeymoon is over for Ibrahim Gusau, who came in on September 30th. And of course, it's only good to think that they are still going back to the South, where he got the mandate to hold their AGM. Perhaps the breeze from that area is warming up well for him, and he needs to get inspiration from there. And so you find out 2 years of Ibrahim Gusau. What is it? I can say that it's time for us to look at the hangover of the past dispensation, which has left him. He's gradually got over the hangover because some of the successes he may have counted as his attainments may not be entirely his because there were overlaps, and some would call it overflow of the past dispensation for which he was an active participant. Indeed, he was the chairman of chairmen in that dispensation. Of course, also a chairman of a critical committee, the security committee. And many people saw him as being a real effective part of that dispensation. And now we want to see an Ibrahim Gusau dispensation, which is clearly distinct. And we believe that he has done the homework. He has tried to refit, or some will say he has tried to go to the factory fitting of how to manage football in Nigeria. We are happy that the secondary school competition, which some of us shouted for so long, they have started taking part, a competition that really provides good money for all those who take part. We are happy that the Challenge Cup, the most glamorous, the oldest competition, has been retouched. It's now called the President Federations Cup. Everybody wants to be part of it, both the ministry and the federation. And we are happy that the league has given good leverage and good opportunities to the managers of the league, which he didn't appoint in the first place. The first time we had this league dispensation under Benga Elegbeleye Honorable, it was from the old dispensation. But now he has taken full control. He's giving them the leeway and, of course, the liberty, and they are performing. And when the game is alive at home, you can be sure you have a steady thinking to get it right at the top.
Yes, Mitchell, on Friday we saw the annual General Assembly of the NFF in Asaba, Delta State, but that aside, because truly there were no key decisions made as far as that gathering is concerned. Let's talk about the statutes of the Nigeria Football Federation. There have been calls for the unbundling of the statutes of the NFF to accommodate more individuals, especially when it comes to the voting Congress. What will you make of this, and what should Ibrahim Gusau do as at this time, especially listening to the yearnings of football stakeholders in Nigeria?
Very, very pertinent observation there. And I think when you talk of inclusivity, this NFF dispensation we have seen is one that needs to go beyond what we have had in the past. And that's why we've had cases in the courts. The players' union and the other stakeholders have had cause to go to court to ask to be fully included. Look at the Congress. Indeed, to become president of a Nigerian Football Federation, you just need to get the backing of FA chairman and you are president, which is not right. They don't even reflect all the tendencies of the game. Indeed, they don't reflect the critical tendencies of the game. And that's why the Congress needs to be expanded. The Congress needs to include some other critical stakeholders. Indeed, the club owners are saying that where is their place even in the Congress? They are the ones who really can turn the football into big business. But do they have a place in the Congress? The players are saying that they can't even have one vote, whereas state chairmen, who some states do not even organize a club, I want to be the voting power in football issues. That is not right. I think Gusau has the chance, the opportunity, but I think they've given their word, and the sports minister has insisted that they need to expand their horizon. They need to get those who have been aggrieved over time to be part of the football power, be part of the football ecosystem, be part of the football congress, not limiting it to just 36 FA chairmen, and they form a clique. Once you are chairman of chairmen, you can aspire to become president of Nigerian football. You narrow even the scope. Outsiders cannot even find a place, whereas they say they want to get the public to be part of supporting the game. How do you support the game when you can't even see a future, when the aspirational trust is absent? Even for former players, they don't have a way to balance their thoughts. If they decide to go even into administration, where will they end up? Can we see, for instance, a Nwankwo Kanu who is chairman of AIMBA thinking about becoming president of Nigerian Football Federation? The route will be so long, except he has the support of the states, and that shouldn't be right. Football stakeholders on their own merit should be part of the football firmament.
Yes, interesting conversation with our former AIPS president, Dr. Michel Obi. Michel, thank you very much. Incisive as always. We are immensely grateful for your time on the show.
Sometimes you can't do the job well except you are ready to let it go. And haven't done the job, let your legacy speak. That's why we say that the Football Federation should remember that there will come a time where we'll sit back to look at what they have done. And they have to start the work now. After 2 years, the honeymoon is totally over. And for Ibrahim Gusau, if he needs a second term, even though we say failure can elicit a repeat, but here failure, we only look at the exit door.